time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. Top of the morning to you guys.
Morning.
Pretty good morning.
Yeah, sun's out.
Yeah.
Buns out.
No. Did he say buns out? Because,
yeah.
You know, I believe him.
Yeah.
When he says that, I'll take you at your word.
Got some yard work later today.
Do not stand up. That's pretty funny. You know he has yard work later.
Oh, yeah.
This is his yard work time of year. How often are you doing yard work now? Daily.
No, not daily. I was out last night weeding, so.
I always enjoy the stories of, like, the mowing and the sticks and the...
Oh, there's always that.
You're
always,
like the Walnut Twins, too.
Oh, they're already dropping. There's got to be... do you want to think about
The
it?
number of walnuts?
Yeah,
Wow.
This year's going to be awful.
I saw them. I saw my trees, and I was like, wait a minute. I thought last year was a heavy
That's what I thought, too, because you can see them. They're about this big right now, but they're also all over my ground.
It's stuff you got to do. You can't let them stay on the ground, right? Because wherever they are, they can kill whatever.
Yeah,
They're acidic.
they're acidic and they contaminate the ground.
Yeah. So you got to get them up or you won't have grass.
Oh, yeah. I just hook up the wagon to the lawnmower and then the fall and start, late summer and start.
See, it's good that he has a plan.
Yep.
I think that's one of the things that we see this time of year. We get tons and tons of rain this time of year. And it just exposes all kinds of stuff about people's houses, like the fact that they can't hold up an entire tree when it falls on your house.
Jeez.
Oh, man, in my neighborhood, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, lots of trees down, lots of...
Really?
Yeah.
You know, it missed us completely.
You're on the same... That's why your house has been there for so long. It's in, like, the bubble. It's in the weather bubble.
It got a little breezy, but nothing severe.
That's good. Joel out by you was pretty crazy.
It was bad.
Yeah, you had, like, the Wizard of Oz for a little while.
Yeah.
It was on the set of...
Needless to say, we had a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, no.
Well, and then you had your graduation party
I know.
weekend, too.
With no power.
That came
You
back
ended
right
up
before.
getting power, but
Right before.
it's touch and go on the way there.
It was.
I like, how hard is it to get, that just reminds me of, like, you were saying, oh, I got to get a generator, and this has to be the worst time of year to try to find a generator because it just...
Well, people, run on them. I'm going to get it. I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and get a standby.
Ooh,
That was...
I'm going to spill the coffee.
Get a standby generator.
Yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit, because that's definitely... You're hearing me clean up my coffee. That was almost a disaster.
Uh-huh.
A standby generator, you don't just, like, whip one of those up. You don't just, like, buy one and then plug it in.
No, it gets hooked up to your main gas line, and then you've got to shut off, and there's a whole connection system to your box.
And who has to do that, though? I think that's where I'm getting at. Because, like, is that like a normal electrician does that, or is that like a specific kind of electrician?
They can, but there are specific companies that focus on that. That's
like when you buy the generator, generally they have a list
somebody
of
that would
people
install,
that do that. And I think that's an interesting topic, partially for today's show, because if you don't have buried lines in your neighborhood, this is very...
Most people don't either.
Right. But I think the newer neighborhoods have buried lines.
But it doesn't matter.
Because down the line.
Right. It doesn't matter if somebody before you, it's like upstream. If something happens, you're downstream. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a generator at your house, or do you?
Nope.
Like, I'm sure you have one laying around.
Nope.
No? You're totally...
I rely on my son-in-law. He brings his
That's straight up. Smart. You don't have a generator, you have a son-in-law.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Very similar.
That's right. I don't have a chainsaw either. I have a son-in-law.
You should, of all the people, to not have a chainsaw.
Well, all I
I
have to do is
can
call my
only
son-in-law.
imagine how his kids would feel about that.
Yeah, I'll say
He's up on the ladder
Yeah.
swinging a chainsaw.
You're right. Yeah, right. He's painting with one hand,
Yeah.
chainsawing with the other hand. Yeah, I can see that.
Chainsaws are fun though. I mean,
Yeah, they are.
You start cutting, you just don't stop.
It's like that needs chainsaw.
Yeah,
and
needs
that
one.
needs
I
chainsaw.
got rid of that one.
You become the Oprah Winfrey of chainsawing. You need chainsawing, and you need chainsawing. Why are there no branches on any of these trees for 40 feet?
Because that's how far his ladder will reach.
That's because he's got. That's really funny. They took down the tree across the street from my house, and a guy was like swinging from the tree, like he was in like a trapeze type thing. It was,
Oh man, I know some of those guys.
man, I couldn't look away. I was like, how's this gonna end? Yeah, it was way up their tree.
Yep.
And they, but they're smart about it. They chop the tree down in sections, so it's not that big of a deal.
Whittle it.
But they took all the branches off, and it had to be swinging 6 feet. Like once you take all the branches off, you could see like this tree is teetering, and it definitely would have fallen down. But getting back to the generators, you need the specific hookup is one way, meaning going in to the house. Like whereas like it's like an extra.
So like if you hook a generator up to your main power, and you have to make sure that the main breaker is off because you don't want to backfeed into the system.
Like send it back up the grid.
Right. And and you need it off because if the electric comes on and you're running stuff off of a generator, bad things can happen.
I bet.
So with a standby, there's a whole system that gets wired in and that does it automatically.
That's the key, right?
For you.
The
Right.
key is if you have a generator hooked up to your house, it has to be manual unless you have this system because you have to turn the circuit, the box off. Is that what you're
Right,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
and then you have to tie into the box.
well, just on a question, what would happen if both were running at the same time? Would it just blow everything out or fire?
I'm assuming it would cause a fire or like
because that'd be a lot of power, right?
that would there'd be and it'd be coming from two different directions, and so that would cause. Electric is such a fascinating thing. I don't understand it 100%. Like really, nobody completely understands it. It's just all theory, but the theory works.
Yeah, but for a generator, there's a couple things and I don't claim to be an expert on a generator. I just did enough research for a show, but you have to watch what you're plugging in to a generator. Like if you're going directly into the generator, or even if it's going into your house, there are certain kinds of generators that are more friendly to newer appliances.
Well, and you have to have like the size of the generator, right? If it's just a 3,500 watt, you can only run a handful of things.
I mean, I recommend you leave it up to the salesperson. But I mean, you have to trust the salesperson.
Yeah.
I know I was smiling when I said that, but it is scary. Have you ever looked up like what size generator I need in my house? You'll get like 10 different answers. They'll be like,
I just can't imagine going into a box store and asking.
It would not. It's
expecting-
not.
No,
You don't get
expecting
that.
No,
expert-
You don't get that from a box store.
yeah, no, I would definitely go to a generator specific.
There's a general, there's one on the shelf.
right
Just
there.
that one right there. It'll work.
There it is, right next to the brooms.
First, they have to figure out where it is.
That's what I'm saying. It's hidden. Why are the generators next to the brooms? Well, I don't know. Why is anything next to anything? You got to open this Anderson window to get it out.
Why are there 3 different sizes? I don't know. Just pick one.
Oh. Tell you what, lick your finger, stick it in the socket. I'll turn it on. If it lights your fire, it's yours. Yeah, but you're right. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going in. The thing is I think it's safer to buy like a small generator for tailgating. Like, that's an easy,
Oh yeah.
We're talking, you're going to plug a refrigerator in that might have been $4,500 or more that has a motherboard. And if you plug it into the wrong kind of generator or don't have something in between the generator and your refrigerator, you just broke your refrigerator.
Good.
Just irreparable. You know what I mean? Like you're just getting yourself a new one. And it's like that. So there's this new layer of of electronics out there now that I don't think even 10 years ago was mattered. Like I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about the amount of stuff that we have in our houses, the smart,
right?
all the different smart devices, and
but what I'm saying is, your home electricity may not insulate you from that. If you have you have to really pay attention to like which one you're getting and what things you're plugging into it.
Oh yeah.
But this time of year, generators are a hot topic, like snow blowers in the winter.
Yeah.
I mean, how long were you out of power? You were out of power for hours and hours and hours.
About roughly 4 days.
That's
Been there.
Yeah.
yeah. After 4 days, you have no food. You know, it's
Well, we hooked a generator up.
yeah, I know. But if you didn't have one, you'd be screwed. When we come back, though, we have different topic, obviously, than that. We're going to talk about what the things you should ask, or the issues that you might have in the process of remodeling. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And we're brought to you, well, you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. And we're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops. And with the showroom in Granger, right next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. I know, I almost spilled my coffee, and it's like throwing me off here. I'm scared.
Just have to finish that thing.
Yeah, you guys can spill your coffee all you want. We're just going to mess up a light. I spill my coffee. This radio station goes down.
Yeah.
With lights
Up in
out.
smoke.
Yeah. It'll be,
No generator will help that sucker.
and you can do whatever you want on your last day, so I'll just start taking stuff on my way out. Just leaving out of here. But I wanted to talk about, generally this time of year, we kind of talk about this too. It's projects are like in the middle. I know you guys do projects all year, right? But this time of year, it's pretty heavy, right? So generally you're in the middle of projects. And I wanted to talk about what are some of the things that if as professionals, when you get like halfway into a project, or you're like deep into a project, what are some of the challenges that usually pop up midway that you're like, okay, we're at this point in the project. I'm probably going to have to, I'll probably have to get in front of the homeowner or, the customer and get ahead of these things. Like what are some examples of that? And it's really as a service to a listener who might be having a project and can get ahead of these challenges. And one I would bring up would be like permitting. If you have a big enough project that has to be inspected, that would be something that could be a challenge in the middle of a project. Inspections and stuff like that. It
can be throughout though. That's not just beginning, middle, end.
Right. What kind of projects get inspections, I guess is what I'm saying. Like aren't there some projects that you get the permit and then you kind of just run? But then there are other projects like you get a permit, but now you're getting inspections.
Well, it depends on what all is happening. Like if you have to get if you're putting an addition on, everything's getting inspected because you have your building permit, your plumbing, your electrical, insulations for some of it.
Oh, you got framing permit?
Framing. And then a lot of municipalities around us, along with the framing, you have to have like an insulation inspection.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was an installation.
So there can now a lot of these things will happen simultaneously.
Mm-hmm. Like it's the same inspector.
Yeah. But you have to have certain things done to a certain point in order to have these inspections done. And then if something isn't quite right or has to be redone, then that can it can put you back a day or two, depending on what you're dealing with.
And do they just show up?
No, you have to call for the inspection.
And then they're kind of equipped to do they make you walk around or do they walk around with you?
Typically I make sure I'm there.
Right. But you're not supposed to be with them. They're supposed to be independent of you, or how does that?
Oh, trust me, they're independent of you. It doesn't matter if you're attached to their hip or not.
Right.
Usually, I stay with them
Mhm.
just to answer any questions. That way, they don't have to come and find me.
Right. But it doesn't have to be adversarial. You know, like if
No,
you know,
it shouldn't be.
I mean,
Typically,
if you have a reputable contractor, generally it should be kind of a.
there are a few municipalities that are very difficult just because of
Where they are.
how they're run,
where,
how
Who they
they're
are.
run. But
but there's a basic code,
right,
but then a municipality can add to it.
correct. You can't take away from that basic code, but you can add to it, and that can be difficult.
What can you give us an example of like a code, something that would be added to a code?
It could be, like for example, with framing, if there's the basic code for tying into a roof line into another roof line, you could hit that basic, like that minimum. Now we do best practices, so we're usually over that, but a certain municipality may require you to do some other kind of blocking or support that isn't part of the code.
So as part of the process, when you do a job in a municipality you've never done a job in, is you'd like kind of do a little bit of research to make sure you're
It's probably better to go and ask them.
right. Do they know those? I mean, if you're one of those that has a municipality that has a bunch of like things that might be extra, I would imagine when you do a permit, do they give you like an addendum like, hey, look, this
Yeah,
is
most of them will have like a list that you can look through and see what they're going to be inspecting and what the expectation is.
right.
There's one in particular that I can think of that it doesn't matter. It's just going to be a crapshoot. Who comes out and what they're feeling that day.
And be careful. We don't want to, cause ruffle any feathers out there.
No, but they know who they are.
I don't have to deal with those people, so
You don't really, but you know what though, Chris? You're the inspector,
that's true.
which is so, and you have
Yeah,
standards.
tell me about it. Shoot.
But it's important, right? I mean, that you segued perfectly because that's where I was going to go. There's also the responsibility of the homeowner or their representative to be an inspector.
Yes.
Well, typically, yeah, it's important, and that's something that we are trying to get better at is making sure that we're checking in with the designer, make sure that this is like what the vision was, right? Or how was this supposed to go together, or what,
Right. But you also are kind of repping and making sure that things are are right.
We do walkthroughs to see how the process is coming along.
How technical do you get?
How
'Cause you're-
technical?
Yeah. You're not like measuring outlets.
No, they're all vibes.
That's fine.
Chris is
No, I'm not
vibes.
measuring outlets, but I just went on one for a client this week and did a walkthrough at a certain stage of construction and noticed some things and pointed it out to the homeowner and the builder.
Because, I mean, that's kind
It's
of
good
your,
to have another set of eyes,
But my job is also to make sure that the design is being facilitated properly.
right?
And to catch it before it becomes, oh, now we have to rip the walls out
Yeah.
to fix this.
right.
So that our role is to catch these things as they're happening and say, oh, this is not right. This is the way it's supposed to be, and have it fixed before we move forward.
Right. Because if you can make things avoidable,
Yep.
like future problems avoidable, when you're midstream, that's kind of a big deal.
And that's what we try to do, make sure that we're walking through and catching things before they happen.
I mean, is there a worse feeling for a designer, project manager, and a homeowner than to have a home half done and have to wait? Like, because there it is, and it's vacant because of some issue that could have been caught if everybody just had their eyes open and were paying attention, that's got to be the worst. Because in the beginning of a project, there's no home there. The delay is just a delay. But boy, when there's like a structure there and you're just staring it down, like trying to put in maybe septic this time of year where it just rains every day. So you're not.
It just
It'll float away.
Yeah, it just washes it away. Yeah.
You can just go outside.
It just runs down.
Yeah.
It goes downhill.
Why is this outhouse on wheels? Well, we move it around. That's why there's a rake.
Ew.
But that's like part of the. Is it unwritten, or when you work with a customer, do you let them know like, hey, do they kind of know you're gonna do that, or is that something that is just understood?
Kind of understood, I think, because or sometimes I do tell them, just depending on the extent of the project. But
I mean, obviously, if they live in,
it's just something I feel obligated to do, just for my own sake and for my own peace of mind that, hey, this is coming together right.
Yeah, because it also affects you
if it's wrong.
Yeah, delays affect every aspect of the project, right? And I don't want to make it sound like contractors are screwing stuff up, because there's different factors that happen. There's lots of subs. There's a lot of coordination.
Right.
That it's easy for a 24-hour period for things to miss.
Yep.
So it's not like people are inept. Like, that's not what we're saying.
Yeah, and it's not like we're there to catch somebody being inept. It's just things happen.
Because I guarantee a reputable subcontractor is glad to that somebody caught it.
Right.
And
it's like in my role is like, if it's a new construction, I'm not in there as frequently during the framing.
Right.
Exactly. But as it gets farther along, once the drywall stage, then I'm there more often, because that's when
starting to come together. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about the stages of your construction. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. It's as simple as that. And you're listening to us on Machinist News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, countertops, and cabinets, with the showroom now open in Granger. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. I've been wanting to ask this because we had... Chris has found stuff to... You find a major award over there, Chris?
I have no idea what it is. What is it? Working together.
We come in and there's various things in the studio when we come in. There's always a fair amount of Lysol and Febreze, though. So I don't know
that's
what goes on in here when we're not in here.
I just discovered that Goshen is the Maple City.
Oh, yeah.
Did not know that.
Yep. It's been that way for years. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Do they do a lot of syrup? It's kind of a sticky situation.
Hi-oh. Hello. Write that down, folks. Use it at the water cooler and bar mitzvahs. I didn't know they were the Maple City. I guess there's silver maples everywhere around here.
They've been that as long as I have known.
Really?
And you should know. You're
closer than I am.
You're one of their favorite sons. One of the sons of Goshen.
I don't know about that, but I don't quite fit in.
You don't.
That's why he lives in Middlebury.
Yeah. The middle of Barry. That's where you live. Yep. Right smack in the middle of Barry.
Yeah, that damn.
I'm afraid. I mean,
you can say damn. It's okay.
The highway that's in the middle of the city that you can't get across or into, or.
Yeah, traffic in Middlebury is pretty outrageous.
It's kind of wild because most of the traffic poops in the road. Most of the traffic poops in the road. So there's
not some of it.
That's not. No, I'm talking about semi after semi after semi.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is. It is funny because if you're a city planner in that area, I don't know. You have the hardest job in the country.
Yeah, they deal with it.
I have some ideas, but nobody will listen to me. So whatever.
Whatever. He's the guy at the town meetings, fist in the air.
I don't go to the town meetings.
hear me? Where were we? We were talking
I don't know.
about, yeah.
I don't know. We got on the.
So do you remember COVID? You remember that?
Yeah, I
whole
try to
thing?
forget it.
Yeah. Are there supply chain issues still?
No.
That's all gone, right?
Uh,
Now they're
that-
not.
that-
they're not
it-
COVID related anymore.
Yeah, no. I mean, now it's that there's not enough people.
How often do you run into shortages, like supply shortages?
not honestly, not very often.
I have a theory on why. Because you probably plan that out in the beginning, so it's coordinated. If there's a wait, and I think with your
Yeah,
client,
because certain things there's just going to be a wait regardless.
right? Because they have
Windows,
to be
they have to be manufactured.
right. If I imagine furniture, there's a wait because you order it and then it's built. It's not like they're just constantly building them, or right? I mean,
Yeah, they're not warehousing just whatever.
Some do. Some do.
is that if a manufacturer's warehousing, is that a sign of quality, or that doesn't really matter?
Doesn't matter. I know that, for example, Stickley would build what we call white stock, which is basically they're building the cabinet piece, and then and they're putting it in their warehouse, and then once it's sold, then they can pull it and finish
and then
it.
finish it. Okay. So yeah, that's not a quality thing. That's
It's not a quality thing. It's more of a
logistics thing.
It's a lot. Yeah, it expedites orders.
Mhm.
But otherwise, you're waiting for them to manufacture it, and sometimes you have to wait for a cutting. So, and a cutting could take if there's not enough orders against it, you might wait months before they'll cut a piece.
When you say cut a piece, what do you
Make
what is
it
Like actually go through and
manufacture
cut
it.
the parts.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought that's what it meant, but I wasn't sure if that's exactly what you meant because it's all wood. So I guess
Yeah, so it's called a cutting. So, like for example, if there's a specific dresser and it's out of stock and they are not selling a lot of them, you might have to wait for a cutting when they cut and manufacture several more.
but it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with quality and everything to do
Nope.
with logistics.
Nope.
Is really what,
That's all,
what
that's
it
all
is.
logistics.
Yep. No quality issues.
Because I think sometimes, when I was thinking about the topic, it was sometimes it's a selling point if something has a weight, because then it kind of means scarcity. Like you're not getting a piece that every single person has. Like, you know what I mean? Like it seems exclusive.
Yeah, because you can order it to your specifications.
Yeah, like I'm using Timo. Like Timo, you get everything whenever you want it, and it's like because everybody has that. And I don't think that if you're getting a custom build and doing a custom space, that you necessarily want what everybody has. Like you want it to reflect you.
Right.
And there's
I don't want things that everybody else has.
right,
You lose the uniqueness.
right, and it's more
Yeah, it's
expressive.
More expressive, and it reflects you more than just. That's why some of these online companies, it's like everybody's buying the same sofa, everybody's buying the same end tables, because that's how they're marketed.
Well, if you go into like a box furniture store, it is everything kind of looks the same, even the different things.
Right.
I know that sounds. I don't even know how to express myself with that, but everything is so similar to each other in there.
Right.
It's like
That's how they're marketing it, though. You're buying a room.
They're trying to sell stuff based off of what's in style or trending at the time.
None of it's curated. It's all just I can buy that room, but then again, 500 people already bought that room.
You're right. But even piece to piece is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
they might have 40 different couches,
But they're all white,
kind of the same. Well, they're all kind of the same.
kind of the same.
There's like just
Yep.
this one has a puffy top, but the bottom is exactly like the other thing. And it's like really, and I
No
guess
individuality to it.
I guess once you get it into your home and it's in your home, now it's yours. But in the room, it's kind of like, how could you pick one out? They're all so similar. They're all cousins to each other, which, it gets kind of confusing. Not confusing, but like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's all the same couch, you know. But the quality is much different,
Yeah, oh yeah.
you know.
Definitely.
Yeah. There's a lot of gadgetry too, I've noticed. There's a lot of things that people are putting into sofas that, you know, like USB ports and lighting, and
That tends to be on the lower end of the spectrum.
I feel like I'm sitting in a car.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I see. Our manufacturers do not offer any of that.
No, it's furniture.
Right.
It's different. You know, like
I don't have refrigerators in the arms to keep your beer cold while you're watching your sports channel.
I mean, I guess there's a place for that, especially if your sofa's on your back porch. I'm just kidding. That was a low blow.
Yeah, don't. That's not.
That was not very nice.
No, that was they must sell a lot of them because they manufacture them.
I mean,
quite regularly.
If you're in a,
If I had a home theater,
yeah,
then I don't mind the cup holder in the arm or
right.
the USB where I might use my phone to change whatever I'm watching. I mean, that has an appropriate place.
There's a place for it, but yeah, like sometimes it's the back porch, sometimes it's the theater, sometimes the back of a pickup truck where you're just you need to get the family somewhere.
But I used to be opposed to reclining sofas because I thought, but then you sit in one, it's like,
yeah, why not have that? Why not?
This isn't so bad.
Yeah, I agree. Like the second my mother-in-law got one, I'm like, okay, this must be okay for rich people.
No, I mean, it's like, man, I could get used to this.
To bring her up, my father-in-law made a good point. He's like, we weren't going to get one until it was comfortable to lay across it. It was still a couch. Because he's like, he wants to kick back.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think there was a time period where those recliner couches you couldn't lay on.
Almost like they was separated.
Yeah, it was just like you put two chairs together. It really was not a couch.
But
now they're very couch-like.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, So
even
and they're more stylish than they.
Well, and the fabric. Well, you've said this a lot. Like you pick out you sit on the couch, you pick it out, but then the real decisions start because now you have to pick out fabric and stuff.
And anymore, you can choose the arm, the base, the back. You can make it look however you want.
Was that different? And we're gonna run out of time. Maybe we'll talk about this when we come back. But I'll just feed it to you. Wasn't there a time where even on high end furniture, you didn't have as much choice?
True.
So that's a lot different.
It was
now.
this sofa, this size, this arm, this.
Yeah,
this
and
is
that's
the only way it came.
That was their piece.
Yeah.
So when we come back, maybe we dive into that. We'll be right back. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. And we have sponsors. Yes, we do. We have sponsors. How about you? Well, we're brought to you by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, countertops, and cabinets. And a showroom open in Granger, right next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. We're talking about all kinds of stuff, but we've landed now. We're on the furniture portion of the show, and we were talking about some delays and things that can delay furniture or anything. But Joel, you were actually, let me get out of that. We were talking about Windows. You actually mentioned Windows in passing, that Windows take a minute nowadays. Was there a time where they didn't, where they were like pre-made? Is that, I was kind of picking up like, well, there might have been a time where.
Not really.
Because if you're getting, I
mean, maybe if you got like like at one of those Sears catalog houses.
Right, where you just get,
you're getting like
the kit.
Yeah, the kit house. But. Not really.
Because you've mentioned in passing before that almost all windows are custom because they're built like when you order it. Yeah, they don't pre-make windows.
No.
But if you walk into a box store, there's tons of windows.
You still have to order them, don't you?
No, you can buy windows off the shelf at a box store.
Huh.
I'm not sure where you're going to put them.
Well, generally,
On the wall, usually.
Yeah.
yeah.
This guy.
This is my floor window.
Yeah.
Don't stand there.
He's
Got a million
good.
of them.
He's good.
He's a good one.
I mean, that's typically where you put a window, but I don't.
I think they're in your world, Joel. They would be like an emergency window where somebody's had.
I need it now.
Yeah, like there's a reason why you might need a window like immediately. I guess.
But then you board it up and wait for the right one. I
That's
don't
what
know.
I was thinking. Like little.
I honestly, I've never run across like like every manufacturer has what they would call like a standard,
right.
but that's really more for pricing than anything else. Because it has to do with like inches, square inches.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you have these cutoffs, which creates like a standard size, quote unquote standard size. But what is standard size really?
But if somebody thinks about they're replacing their window, then it kind of feels like you could go to the store and replace the window.
Yeah, good luck.
But that's really not the case, because if you were in a custom built home, chances are your window's not.
I just don't know. I don't. Maybe if like it's a track house or something, and I don't know, because I've never done anything like that.
Let me ask then: if you're building a house, right, new build, there's a piece of ground, whole foundation, whatever, and you select windows, are the windows all different? Or but like the ground floor might have the same size windows all over the place, but there might be a bigger window over here for a better view. But then upstairs they might be different size than downstairs. Like, is that what you're saying? Like,
It can be.
even with that, you're not just ordering 35
it
windows.
varies. You might have like 4 windows molded together for a larger opening.
Right. Okay.
There's not really a standard.
That's what blows my. I'm telling you, I'm not alone in this. People generally think because you're always going to a box store and picking up a shovel and walking around, you see 2 rows of windows, like just nonstop windows of all kinds of prices, including prices that will blow your head off, like expensive.
Yeah.
You're saying that, well, that is a different manufacturer, even though it has like the name, it's manufactured in a different place. It's a different window, different quality.
Kind of a different run, I would think. I don't know. I mean, so like Anderson, I think they sell windows in box stores too.
They do. And you can
That's
pay a
not-
lot for them if you want.
Yeah, that's.
It doesn't Pella as well?
I think they all have a line.
I think
like,
so.
like a department store line.
Yeah.
But what
Kinda
I'm
like
hearing,
tools.
what I'm hearing Joel say though is that, well, then you're fitting the hole to the window,
Correct.
Not the like you're
It's
fitting
the other way
window.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to do things at the site to make it fit. Is really what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
And then, or you can just order one that fits.
exactly.
Yeah, because
Right?
usually if you're working off a blueprint, the windows are spec'd for you.
Right.
Right,
on
you
the
know,
blueprint.
and you know in enough time to have them ordered, so that
Correct.
when you're at that point,
Yeah. I mean,
They're
we're
here.
picking out windows before while they're digging a hole.
so there's no,
Or before.
Or before, yeah.
It's
exactly.
not like, yeah. So it's not like your new builder is going to the department store
No.
and going,
No,
I gotta
no.
get some windows today, or they're going in tomorrow.
No,
that's not what's
no.
going
This
on.
is well planned out. This is planned out well in advance.
But if you're replacing your window,
But it's the same thing because if you're replacing your window, you have a specific size, and chances of finding that in a box store
Not great.
Not great.
right,
Without some rework.
right,
True.
you gotta,
Yeah, you
now
gotta make
you're-
it fit.
right, which means your trim is different, which means you might have to paint the room that you're
Or-
in because now,
Just think it might be too big. Ooh,
wow,
now
too big.
my window has to be enlarged.
Too big is more work.
I
than
was gonna
too-
say.
Exactly. 'Cause
Is there a remedy for too big?
Yeah, you tear stuff apart and add a bigger header and new
Or you just
jacks
order the
and
window
king
that
studs and-
Ouch.
or you just order the window that fits and don't
Yeah.
get sticker shock because you're paying. You might save money in there, but
On the
then
window?
pay it all.
Oh
in-
yeah, easily.
yeah, in installation.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a window, let me just say that, and I know you can't give me specifics, okay? So, but generally, if you have a window that you could measure properly, order, and it comes in and it's the right size, how long does it take your crew to put in a window?
Okay, well,
I knew he was going to do.
are you take
put him on the money?
yeah in a new build, an hour.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
If you're
everything is
replacing
right,
a window, it depends on the window and the setup there, but a couple hours.
yeah. But if it doesn't fit, now it's like, oh,
All day.
yeah, it can be all day because
And then you're coming back and patching and filling in. Yeah,
Yeah.
a whole lot of you got several days in that.
or you have somebody professionally measure it, have it made.
Yeah, I'd be a little worried if I saw a box truck pull up with my windows from a box store.
Yeah.
You would be worried.
I'd be a little worried.
Well, the contractor ordered these for
No,
you.
you can like your patio doors, 5, 6. There's certain sizes that are standard sizes.
Yeah, that's one of
in your
them.
patio doors,
Yeah, well,
or even your entry doors. Some basic sizes like might and that might vary based off like for an entry door, like side lights and stuff like that. But
or like screen doors, they're pretty standard.
Yeah.
Now,
there are things that are standard, but when it comes to windows, there really isn't a standard.
Mm-hmm.
right? And if we're getting the code, they just have to be a certain height off the floor, right?
Well, that and like depending, like every bedroom has to have what's considered an egress, so that it's got to be certain. It has to open a certain amount, or like there has to be a certain amount of open space for it to be considered an egress.
so you can fit and
So
jump
you can
out of
get
it.
in and out.
Yeah, right. But other than that, and I think when you talk about doors, you want to talk about you can spend as much or as little as you like on a door. You can get the cheapest. There are really, really, really inexpensive doors out there.
Yep.
Measure Twice. Check us out next Saturday, and we'll be right here. And that's it, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Podcasts by Federated Media.